Hey guys, Filmsuit here. So I just got back from This Is the End, and I'll say, it's the only movie I've seen this year that's worth going to the theaters twice, which is what I did. So, This Is the End. The premise is you have Seth Rogen and Jay Baruchel playing fictionalized versions of themselves, and they portray themselves as kind of like estranged friends who haven't seen each other in over a year, and they reunite for a weekend where they plan to spend a whole weekend of just eating junk food and smoking pot and watching movies until Seth drags Jay with him to a party that James Franco is hosting, which has several celebrities, including Jonah Hill, Craig Robinson, and Michael Cera, Rihanna, Emma Watson, several other celebrities who you've seen in just about every Apatow movie out there. And so what happens is, party goes completely awry when suddenly the world begins to end, and a majority of the party guests die except for Seth, Jay, Franco, Craig, Jonah, and Danny McBride, who was sleeping in James Franco's bathtub the whole time. So that's the premise. It's the six of them trying to survive this apocalypse that is occurring, and they all debate what is the cause, and they don't know until later in the end when they actually leave the house to see what's out there. So, yeah, you could tell by me just laughing. This is by far one of the funniest movies I've seen in a while. It's probably the funniest movie since Ted last year. And like what makes this movie work too is that these six guys, including the minor celebrities who have cameos, they all do such a great job playing fictionalized versions of themselves that make you kind of like them but kind of hate them at the same time. Actually, no, not kind of hate them, you really hate them at different times. Like, Jonah Hill portrays himself as this annoyingly nice and kind of wimpy guy who just has loads of passive aggression, and that really bites him in the ass later, and in more ways than one. And then you have Danny McBride, just as the worst human being imaginable, and the things he does, you want him dead for what he does in this movie. And then you also have James Franco playing a very artsy, pretentious, and egotistical version of himself. But what makes this movie work, and all the jokes, there's a lot of inside jokes too about the actors and the movies that they've been in. Like, there's jokes bashing on James Franco for Your Highness, jokes bashing on Seth Rogen for The Green Hornet. What makes it work is their chemistry. But also, this comedy is a movie that has, surprisingly, a lot more material than just six guys having fun. This is not grown-ups. There's actually material to make fun of. Like, you have it has a very satirical look at celebrity culture, and also has a really satirical look at religion and the Bible. And I will say, with all the satirical elements targeted at religion, there's going to be a lot of people who will see this movie and will walk out feeling offended and thinking it's the worst movie they've ever seen. Like, I've already talked to a few friends who I go to church with who all said that, I don't know who said that they were offended by some of the religious moments in the movie. And then, so yeah, that's one thing. And also, if you like these guys, you'll love this movie. People who don't like these guys, they will probably hate this movie and think it's the worst movie ever. So it's definitely a movie for the fans of the Apatow gang. Oh, and I will say this. Michael Cera, I have respect for you now. If you're watching this video, which I'm sure you're not, but if you do watch this, man, I did not know you were capable of playing such a douche. And I feel sorry for you that Rihanna slapped you several times in several takes. Alright, so yeah, very short review. I wanted to keep it, I kind of wanted to keep it simple. I don't want to spoil any of the jokes or anything. I will say though, in terms of criticisms, um, well, like with all Apatow related movies, some scenes and some banters and some of the jokes do go on a little bit long, but not to the point where it's overwhelming to the point where you're just like, get to the next scene already. It's not like that. Just a couple scenes that were a little ongoing, but yeah, I definitely recommend, if you're a fan of the Apatow Gang, go see this movie. My next review will be up in the next few minutes when I review Man of Steel.